just want to scream or do voices,
Yeah.
do impressions of a hot dog. They're safe and harmless.
Oh my god. I love that video I showed you where
Yep.
it's like meeting boys and, you know, in books.
All right, well, oh, Mario.
Sorry, I just like swallowed wrong.
Ah, yes, another one of those starts. You did that during a Pupcorn movies.
Oh
Just
my
like,
god.
I swallowed wrong and I thought it would be fine. It wasn't fine. Wake up, Mario. We got some more Super Mario Sunshine to do. Yes, everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode where we gather more Shine Sprites.
It's gotta be exciting. Mario was asleep when we started and I almost died.
I don't know if it's the same in Mario Sunshine, but in Mario 64, if you let him sleep for a while, he goes, ravioli, pastrami.
He just starts talking
mamma
about
mia."
Italian food.
Yep.
There's like a trend going on right now, and I don't know why or how it started, but I'm kind of loving it.
Alrighty.
Where it's like making Italian people angry with food.
Oh.
And it's just this guy that
Yeah, I'm
goes
not aware
like
of that trend.
goes to different like Italian restaurants in Italy and just does things that Italian people hate with their food. Like he was eating spaghetti, but he like cut the spaghetti so that it fit on the fork instead of like slurping the noodles.
You heathen.
He was putting some type of like sauce. I don't think it was ketchup, but something similar on pizza. Like he I think it was like breaking a biscotti or something and like dipping it into not coffee.
The Italians are like, so you've chosen death.
I know. It was funny. The one with the pizza, like the waitress, because he sets up a camera and you can see the waitress in the background and she's just like, oh, no, oh my god. And then as he's doing it, the manager comes out and he's watching. And then as soon as he like puts more sauce on the pizza, the manager's like, ah! Like, oh, it's very entertaining.
You'll have to show me that video.
Yeah. I don't, because it's more than just that guy. Like, there's
There's a bunch of them doing that shit.
There's one.
Oh, that's right. You said it's a trend.
Yeah, there's one
That's a
woman
shame.
that's married to an Italian guy. And she's like, oh, me driving my Italian husband crazy cooking pasta. And she like breaks the spaghetti noodles. And he's like, like his heart just stops, soul leaves the body. Like,
You can see the exact frame when the soul leaves his body. Oh, jeez. That's rich.
that's how I feel about the owl imposter.
The owl
I know that
imposter?
you've seen that video where it's
I probably
like,
have.
it's
There we
an
go.
older, like, Brooklyn Italian guy.
Mhm.
And someone is like, hey, did you know that there's an owl imposter?
Oh, that one. Who?
Ooh, and then you
Turn
just see
that
the
off
moment.
right now. Hey, boss, did you know that there's someone impersonating an owl? Impersonating an owl? Who? And then he just
Turn that
stopped,
off
and you can
right-
see his
yeah.
face.
You can see the moment of recognition.
Yup. He's like, you turn that damn thing off right now.
It's so good.
It's like a Sopranos threat.
Yeah.
It's like, listen, turn that off or we're gonna put a hit out on you.
I love it.
Alright, so our mission is the Ferris wheel is gone out of control. Now there's two ways you can complete this challenge. Through a hop, skip, and a jump, you can bypass the whole obstacle course and kind of cheat your way to the top. But the normal way, the recommended way, the intended way basically, not so much recommended, you can do either way, is to go behind the Ferris wheel and take down all these Electrokoopas that are basically supercharging the Ferris wheel, making it go too fast. So we gotta take care of all these Electrokoopas first. And this can be a bit of a frustrating obstacle course. Right now I'm just trying to spray off the graffiti.
Oh, I was just saying, like, what is the vignette? What does that mean?
That just means like the camera. You're close to a border, so the camera's like adding a little bit of focus there. So what we gotta do is spray these and quickly move on to the platform because they will reset after a small amount of time.
Oh.
So you spray them to turn them into platforms that you can climb on, and we're just gonna make our way to the top. Whoop! Hold on. Got a little ahead of ourselves. Yeah, so when the camera goes behind a solid, that vignette appears and Mario turns into like a shadow. To give you a rough idea of where Mario is.
Yeah.
Again, this was still the time when like they were working out kinks of 3D cameras.
Yeah.
But they weren't as bad as the previous generation when they were like, well, this is new.
Well, again,
what
I
can
think
we
I just
can't we do?
have a really difficult time with spatial awareness.
Yeah. And that's very important. Spatial awareness and depth of field in 3D platformers, especially of this era.
Which I just don't have.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, as enjoyable as this game is, this might be one you have more fun watching than playing. Although, again, there's a lot of freedom of like how you want to tackle the levels, and most of these levels you can flat out bypass if you so wish.
I just think like platformers in general, I tend to have more fun watching them playing just because I'm not good at them, so I get frustrated and angry pretty easily.
So like, whereas with an RPG, you can get in like a couple hours before you get exhausted and be like, hey, I need to take a break. With a platformer, it's anywhere from like 20 minutes to maybe 2 hours. And you're just like, all right, I'm done here. Depending on the game and depending on the level. Where you're just like, I'm not having fun.
Yeah.
Or I think before I'm not having fun is, this is stupid.
This is stupid.
Like, that's my clue that, like, eventually it's going to turn into I am not having fun.
Yeah.
And if I don't call it quits by I am not having fun, that's when the tears show up.
Yeah.
Which is like, okay, he didn't read the I am not having fun well. Bring on the tears.
Let's cry.
Cry so you win. Cry so you don't have to play anymore.
Oh my gosh. As a person with, like, a lot of, like chemical imbalances in the brain, like I cry for every emotion, and I feel like that's really, really common, especially for women. Like, I cry when I'm sad, I cry when I'm angry, I cry when I'm frustrated, I cry when I'm happy, and it's just like, so sometimes I have to explain, like, these tears aren't real, ignore them.
Yeah.
Like,
but there we go. We launched the main Electric Koopa off the top of its perch. Perch? Perch. Off the top of the perch.
Excuse us, we're 12 and going through puberty.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. Every once in a while, it's like, surprise, bitch! I'm gonna make your voice crack, but I'm in my 30s. Surprise! Oh. But yeah, now it's slowed down, so now we just gotta find a way to ride it to the top and collect our Shine Sprite. And why not? I'll collect this blue coin, because I'm here.
I think I was in, like, my mid-20s. Was the very first time I'd ever lost my voice.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know if I, like, damaged something in there, because now, occasionally, like, if I talk too much that day, like, I'll lose my voice, or my voice will start to, like, not work. But yeah, I wasn't... I think I was, like, maybe 20...
Sometimes I just wake up and my voice is, like, just waning. I'm just like, whoops. Or sometimes if I, like, do a little too much screaming or certain impressions during commentary or voiceover, my voice will be like, and we're losing.
Yeah, well, I think that's what happened. So first I got sick. So, like, I was sick. I don't know if I had the flu, but, like, I just felt terrible. And then I just had, like, this really bad depressive episode, so I would, like, go to my car to scream.
Oh, okay.
And I, like, vaguely remember one day, like, I was coming home from work. I had a terrible day. Like, I didn't make any money. People were just really mean to me. I wasn't feeling well. And I just, like, screamed for the 40-minute ride home. And I, like, remember my, like, neck popped.
Oh,
like, something in my neck popped.
I did that during, like, a screaming during recording. And I was just like, well, that's all the takes I can do today because I feel weird.
Yeah, and it's just, like, after that, I couldn't talk. Like, I'd completely lost my voice. And my roommate at the time... I felt like shit. And he was like, I'm so sorry. He was the loveliest gay man. And he was like, lay down, I'll make some soup. So, like, I laid down on the couch and he made soup. And he was like, can you just say it? Just say it once. Just say it. And I knew what he wanted me to say, and I felt bad because he made me soup. So as he handed me the soup, I said, never let go, Jack.
Oh my god.
and he was like,
That's all I wanted.
But after that, just occasionally my voice will just stop working.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I broke something in there.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, it was around that time that I did some research and learned that, like, your voice is an instrument.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You have to take care of it. Like, sure, voiceover can be fun, but if you don't do it properly, you can seriously hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Whether you get a good performance out of it or not, if it's, like, being improper, like you're screaming wrong or, like, you're just moving your
vocals
the wrong way, you can seriously damage yourself.
Yeah.
So...
Well, there's all that shit. I don't know if you've heard about it with Paramore going on.
Yes.
Hayley Williams.
Yep.
Like, she has some sort of, like, lung infection, and people are pissed that she canceled the tour.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, well, you know, Dave Grohl, you know, performed with a broken leg, and they're like, that's completely different. That did not inhibit him from
singing.
Right. So, where she has a lung infection and her instrument is her voice, and people just aren't understanding that.
Yeah. Aw. Yeah, take care of your voice, folks. Whether you want to get into voice acting, singing, anything, but just day-to-day life.
If you just want to talk regularly.
Yeah, if you want to talk
on a normal basis.
Just want to scream or do voices.
Yeah.
Do impressions of a hot dog. They're safe and harmless.
Oh my god. I love that video I showed you where it's like meeting boys and, you know, in books versus meeting boys in real life. I do a great impression of a hot dog.
All right, so we're about to see a very interesting... Oops. Yeah, those are boos. A very interesting rendition of a classic Mario boss. This is King Boo coming up. He's haunting the casino. And I just want to preface by saying he normally doesn't look like this.
Okay.
And I stupidly fall for that fake blue coin. So I did a little bit of digging, and apparently a lot of these enemies look weird because they are created by Bowser Jr.'s toothbrush. Paintbrush, his magic paintbrush. So these are living paintings, these creatures. That's why they look like just a little off.
I can just imagine now, like, Bowser being like, Bowser Jr., did you brush your teeth? And Bowser Jr. being like, I used my toothbrush. Ha ha ha. Like...
So I just want to say, despite how bizarre he looks, he normally doesn't look like this.
Okay.
This, in my headcanon, this is the painting version.
I mean, I've seen, like, pictures of King Boo.
Yeah. Yeah, he's very derpy. And the boss battle can be, like, pretty tedious because it's a roulette machine depending on what his actions are going to be. Now, what you want to do is get 3 fruit.
Okay.
So right there, that's the mystery. So let's see what he's gonna throw out here. Oh boys, enemies. Lovely. We got cataquacks, which are annoying. These flaming guys, which they're hot to touch. I'm too hot to touch. And bombs, which they'll take care of themselves.
Yeah, they'll just eventually explode.
Yeah, eventually they'll just explode. So if we can take care of these guys, we can get King Boo to summon the roulette machine again, and we can try for another round. Ah, shit. There's another one. And I'm gonna preface by saying, like, this battle goes on for a little while because there's a little mistake I'm making that I'm overseeing, and I'm actually going to edit out the moment between, like, me just not getting it and it finally clicking.
Okay.
So what you're supposed to do is get 3 fruit. Now, he's going to throw out all this fruit, but there's a red pepper, and you're just supposed to throw it. But that didn't work. Why didn't it work? Because for me, I think throw it in his mouth. No, you just don't jump and throw it. Just throw it.
Okay.
And you'll hit the tip of his tongue.
Oh,
and that's
his
what's
taster.
effective.
Okay.
Yes. I know it seems obvious, especially looking at it now, but I just figured the entire mouth, tongue or not, should work as well. So unfortunately, for a while, I'm just jumping and being like,
Why don't you work?
Yeah, why didn't that work? Like, if I toss a hot pepper in your face or something, it's gonna burn.
Oh my god.
Whether it hits your lips or your tongue.
Nothing will be worse than the time I got habanero pepper juice in my nose and I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah, that's a really bad moment. Although I always think of the meme of like the woman who touches her eyes
and
touches
she's screaming,
her kids.
so her daughter comes in and she touches her daughter's face, and then her daughter's screaming and her son comes in and she touches his face.
Apparently there's just like a whole story behind that meme.
And they're like driving to the hospital and she ends up touching like a cop's face.
Oh geez, all these enemies. But yeah, the correct method is you take the hot pepper, chuck it at his tongue. He's like, oh, that's very hot. And you cool him off with a fruit that smacks him in the face.
Okay.
Whereas if you just throw the fruit at him, it'll splat and he'll lick it off and be like, yum.
Yeah.
So a way to get him to spin the wheel faster is to spray him with water. He'll just be like, hey, and he'll flick his tongue, which will cause the roulette wheel to spin. All right, so.
Throw it.
See, if you just throw it, he seems to just like spicy things. Now's your chance. And then there you go.
I feel like that's you eating the spicy food I make. And I'm
Yes.
like, you don't have to eat it. And you're like, I will finish it.
Oh my God, that curry.
Oh.
When like it was just making me sweat. And I just had a little bit left, so I was like, come on, white boy. Let's do this.
I was like, I'm sorry,
We
you
can
really
consume
don't
this,
have
white
to
boy.
finish it.
And then I was just like, I did it. I've accomplished this. And meanwhile,
Crying
like
on the toilet 2
no,
hours later.
My IBS was like an after credits Avenger scene of just like, oh, little do you know, I'm phase 2 of the IBS cinematic universe.
Yeah. That was before we knew you had IBS.
Yeah, I just knew that like certain meals would give me bad stomach cramps. And then I'd have to have the toilet on speed dial.
Yeah. We did find out it was onions primarily though.
Yeah, onions is the main culprit.
Is like if you even have an onion, it's like immediate that day.
Yep.
And then we also discovered if you have too many mushrooms or too much broccoli.
Yep. That can cause it as well.
But that every now and then is okay. It doesn't get you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I have a book. A book I keep track of what I eat and what side effects they give me. That's when you know you're old. What's this notebook in relation for? My colon.
Is this my colon diary?
I regret nothing.
Hey, it's less painful.
It truly is less painful.
I mean, it's like that. Like, I can't really have pork anymore because that's the worst for my...
Thyroid.
Not my thyroid, my gallbladder.
Oh, your gallbladder, I'm sorry.
It agitates my gallstones.
Mm-hmm.
And then they try to kill me.
That's not fun. You know what else isn't fun? This frickin' boss fight.
Oh my god. Speaking of getting old, it's so funny. I had this conversation. It was me, another coworker who's the same age as me. We went to high school together. And one of our young coworkers who's like 17. Mm-hmm. And we were talking about bird books. And she was like, yeah, like I just don't get why these are so popular. And me and the same age coworker, we were like, oh, you just wait. As soon as you turn 30, bird watching sneaks up on you. You're going to be sitting at your kitchen table one morning with your cup of coffee and you're going to glance out the window and boom, you're going to be like, what kind of bird is that? And it just hits you. Mm-hmm. And you're not even mad about it. And then you really want to know what kind of bird it is. So you venture out and you buy a bird book. Mm-hmm. That you then keep at your kitchen table so that in the mornings when you're having your coffee, you can identify the birds in your yard. And then the coworker that was the same age as me, she was like, oh my god, that's exactly what happened. She was like, me and my husband will just stand on the porch and be like, that's a speckled belly bluebird. Like,
yeah, sometimes we do that. I can't deny. That's called getting old. Man, King Boo does not have a shortage of enemies he can throw at us.
right?
He's got the whole bestiary after us. What's nice is that some of the things that he rolls through, he can give you coins to heal yourself if you're taking too much damage. He can give you water bottles, which if you pop, you can refill your water so you don't run out of water.
Okay.
So, like, you're never really stuck. The reason I'm stuck right now is I'm not properly throwing the peppers. So there will come a moment where there's just like a little transition to where it's just like, now he gets it.
Pickled peppers.
Peter Piper packed a peck of pickled peppers. Aha! See, personally, if I would have designed this, I would have had the hitbox just be the whole mouth.
Yeah.
Like, if you overshoot and, like, hit the forehead or something, that would count as a miss. Or, obviously, if you throw it from behind. But, like, right there, I'm technically hitting his tongue. It's just not the tip. It's the drooly part that you want to throw it at.
It's funny because, like, they're being very particular about where we taste spicy, which is typically the tip of your tongue.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. So it's like, you should know your science. And you would know this. It's the drooly part, don't you know? And yeah, like, I will admit that, like, that is an oversight on my part.
I mean, it is very specific.
Mm-hmm. But also, like, there's a lot of games, especially, like, other Nintendo games, like the Dodongo snakes and stuff, where, like, you just think, throw it in their mouth.
Yeah.
They're going to, like, suck up, throw a bomb down there, throw a pepper, or throw something in the gullet. Whereas it's not the mouth, it's specifically the tip of the tongue. The tip of the tongue is where you want to throw that spicy damn pepper.
Just the tip.
Because this is hot pepper gaming, people. Alright, so you probably caught that little fade I did earlier. This is when I get it. This is when I realize, don't jump, just throw.
I thought maybe I just blinked.
Good. I probably shouldn't have said anything, but whatever. Aha! There we go. So really, all you gotta do is hit him with 3 fruit. Do it 3 times and that's the end of the battle.
Okay.
So it's just, once you do it properly, it's not that hard. It can go on for a bit because, again, you have to get 3 fruit for this to happen. If you don't, he'll be like, aha, I'm going to throw some baddies at you, or bubbles. Like,
bubbles, that's so random.
Yep. It's random, but again, if you pop them, you get water. So it's helpful so you're not stuck. And like, uh-oh, I'm out of water, I used too much water, and then you're stuck and have to die. It's just like, well, I need the water to finish the fight. Because spraying him is what spins the roulette wheel. And there we go. We got him.
We did it!
And then I think that also supports my theory. When he dies, he explodes into globs of paint. So that's not the real King Boo. 'Tis but a painting. We'll see the real King Boo in another game. Alrighty. So that's all for this episode. Sorry the boss battle took a bit, but eventually we got it.
We got there.
In the next episode, we're going to get some more Shine Sprites and hopefully fight bosses properly.
Let's do it.
Alright, we'll see you next time.
Toodles!